This isn't a rumor, this is a Hollywood earthquake. No announcement, no photos, no confirmation. Yet insiders claim a secret ring, private meetings, and a decision so explosive it could change to careers overnight. Tom Cruise, Ana de Armas, an alleged engagement hidden from the world. If this is true, Hollywood's biggest secret has already leaked, and you're about to hear why. It all started quietly, but in Hollywood, nothing ever stays quiet for long. What began as a few scattered social media posts and vague online discussions quickly turned into a full-blown media storm. A handful of anonymous insider quotes appeared on gossip pages. Entertainment blogs picked up the whispers, and within days, headlines across the internet were shouting just one word: engagement. According to online chatter, Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas were allegedly taking their relationship to the next level, and the idea alone was enough to send fans into a frenzy. Now, let's be absolutely clear, neither Tom Cruise nor Ana de Armas has officially confirmed any engagement. There has been no public statement, no red carpet announcement, and no social media post hinting at such a life-changing step. But in today's digital age, confirmation is not always necessary for speculation to explode. Fans and gossip pages began connecting dots almost instantly. A mysterious ring-like accessory spotted in photos. Reports of discreet private meetings away from the public eye. Claims from so-called close sources suggesting that friends weren't surprised at all. Each small detail, whether real or misunderstood, was magnified and turned into fuel for the rumor mill. For a star like Tom Cruise, this kind of attention is nothing new, but it carries extra weight. Known for being extremely protective of his personal life, Tom has spent years keeping romance far from headlines. He rarely addresses private matters and prefers to let his work speak for itself. That's exactly why even the tiniest hint of a romantic development involving him becomes a massive story. When someone so famously private is linked to such a bold rumor, people naturally assume there must be something happening behind the scenes. What truly made this alleged engagement rumor explode, however, was the contrast between the two stars. On one side, Tom Cruise, the legendary action hero with decades of box office dominance, iconic film franchises, and a global fanbase built over generations. On the other, Ana de Armas, a modern Hollywood powerhouse, admired for her elegance, rising influence, and undeniable talent, representing a new era of stardom. Their careers, ages, and public images are different, yet somehow perfectly balanced together. They represent a fascinating mix of old-school Hollywood legacy and fresh, contemporary appeal. The idea of them as a couple felt unexpected, cinematic, and almost unreal. And that's exactly why the internet couldn't look away. Fans debated endlessly, social media exploded with theories, and entertainment pages rushed to cover every possible angle. Whether based on fact or fiction, the rumor captured attention instantly. In the end, it wasn't just about an alleged engagement, it was about the story itself. Mystery, secrecy, fame, and to powerful names colliding in a way no one saw coming. And in Hollywood, that combination is more than enough to break the internet. Before any engagement rumors ever made headlines, there were whispers of something far more subtler connection. Long before gossip pages began using dramatic language, industry insiders quietly hinted that Tom Cruise had a deep admiration for Ana de Armas as an actress. Within Hollywood circles, it was said that Tom respected not only her on-screen presence, but also her rapid rise in the industry, her discipline, and her ability to hold her own alongside some of the biggest names in film. Ana de Armas, on the other hand, had publicly expressed her respect for Tom Cruise in interviews long before any romantic rumors surfaced. She spoke about his professionalism, his relentless work ethic, and his unmatched dedication to cinema. She praised the way he commits fully to his roles, performs his own stunts, and treats filmmaking as both an art and a craft. These comments were seen at the time as simple admiration between two professionals, but in hindsight, fans began to view them differently, according to reports. Their names started appearing together in private Hollywood conversations. Rather than public headlines, they were said to move within similar industry circles, sharing mutual friends, producers, and creatives who respected both of them. Sources claimed that when they did cross paths, there was an immediate sense of comfort and familiarity. Long conversations, shared laughter, and an ease that felt natural rather than forced, far from the spotlight and away from cameras. Some insiders suggested that the bond between them grew through shared values. Both Tom and Ana are known for their intense preparation before projects, their physical training routines, and their desire to push creative and personal limits. That shared mindset of discipline, focus, and ambition was reportedly a strong foundation for their connection. It wasn't about glamour or publicity, but about understanding the pressures and sacrifices that come with global stardom. Still, there was nothing official. No public appearances together, no red carpet photos, no confirmed collaborations announced at the time. And that absence of visibility only made the whispers grow louder. In Hollywood, silence often creates more curiosity than confirmation ever could. When two high-profile stars choose privacy over exposure, people begin to read between the lines. Fans started to believe that what began as professional admiration may have slowly evolved into something more personal. Online discussions speculated that this wasn't a rushed or flashy romance, but a quiet, carefully guarded connection, the kind that develops over time, away from public expectations and constant scrutiny. Whether those whispers were rooted in reality or amplified by imagination remains unknown. But one thing became clear: people were paying attention. And as speculation grew, that early sense of admiration and respect was no longer seen as coincidence, but as the possible beginning of something far more serious. Here's where things really heated up and the story shifted from quiet whispers to full-scale online obsession. Suddenly, self-styled internet detectives and celebrity watchers began searching for what they believed were hidden clues. Every photo, every appearance, and every minor detail was analyzed frame by frame. A ring-like accessory spotted on a hand in a seemingly ordinary photo instantly became a major talking point. Coordinated appearances at similar locations, sometimes weeks apart, were treated as deliberate signals rather than coincidence. Even subtle changes in how both stars managed their public schedules were interpreted as possible evidence that something significant was happening behind the scenes. Gossip blogs and entertainment pages quickly jumped in, adding fuel to the fire. Some claimed that Tom Cruise appeared more open than usual during private conversations. According to unnamed sources, For a man known for extreme privacy and careful control over his personal image, this detail alone sent speculation soaring. Others focused their attention on Ana de Armas, suggesting she appeared unusually radiant in recent public outings. Descriptions like glowing and happier than ever began circulating online, classic language often used when engagement rumors start forming around a celebrity. But the big question remained: were these genuine signs of a romantic milestone, or simply everyday moments exaggerated by fame? In Hollywood, perception often matters more than reality. A smile becomes a statement, a fashion choice becomes a message, and silence becomes confirmation in the eyes of fans hungry for answers. To understand why this escalated so quickly, it's important to recognize how Hollywood rumor culture truly works. One unverified detail can transform into a full-blown scandal almost overnight. A stylist's offhand comment, a blurred photo taken from the wrong angle, a vague quote removed from its original context. Each element stacks on top of the next, creating a narrative that feels convincing even when there's no solid proof. Social media plays a powerful role in this process. Once a theory gains traction, it spreads faster than facts ever could. Fans share, debate, and reinterpret information, often filling in gaps with imagination. Before long, an alleged engagement becomes trending news across platforms, even without a single confirmed source. And yet, despite the noise, all the so-called evidence remains circumstantial. There has been no official announcement, no joint appearance, no direct confirmation from either Tom Cruise or Ana de Armas, just a whirlwind of speculation, fueled by curiosity and fascination. What's left is uncertainty and a fanbase desperate to know the truth. Whether this story leads to confirmation or fades away, one thing is undeniable. Once rumors reach this level, Hollywood is already watching closely. This alleged engagement scandal isn't just about romance, it's about image, timing, and legacy, and that's what makes it so powerful. For Tom Cruise, every public narrative matters. Over the years, he has carefully reshaped his image, stepping away from personal controversy and placing the spotlight firmly back on his craft. Today, he is seen as one of the most disciplined figures in Hollywood, an actor defined by commitment, precision, and an almost unmatched passion for filmmaking. His focus on practical stunts, cinematic excellence, and respect for the art has rebuilt his reputation into something almost legendary. Ana de Armas, meanwhile, represents something entirely different yet equally compelling. She embodies a new generation of Hollywood stardom, global, modern, and highly influential. Her rise has been rapid but earned, driven by talent, versatility, and a strong connection with international audiences. She moves comfortably between blockbuster films and character-driven roles, making her a symbol of Hollywood's evolving identity. Together, their names alone create a striking contrast that feels both unexpected and strangely aligned. That's why the idea of an engagement between them captures so much attention. It would symbolize a powerful crossover, old-school Hollywood royalty meeting new-age cinematic brilliance. To fans, it feels almost cinematic, like a carefully written script rather than real-life, dramatic, symbolic, almost too perfect to be true. The story taps into nostalgia while embracing modern stardom, and that combination is irresistible. However, not everyone is convinced. There is strong skepticism surrounding the rumors, and many observers urge caution. Some believe the story has been exaggerated, possibly amplified by online speculation and entertainment media looking for headlines. In an industry driven by clicks and attention, even the smallest rumor can be stretched into a global narrative. Others argue that fans may be projecting a fairy tale onto people who simply share professional respect and mutual admiration. Then there are those who believe the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Not a grand secret engagement, but not entirely meaningless either. Perhaps a connection exists, carefully guarded and intentionally private. Perhaps the silence is a choice one made to protect careers, reputations, and personal boundaries in an industry that rarely offers privacy. One thing, however, is certain: the mystery is not accidental, whether intentional or simply the result of careful discretion. The lack of clarity keeps the story alive. In Hollywood, mystery is powerful, and when the stars of this magnitude are involved, even unanswered questions can shape a legacy. So where does the story really stand right now? After all the rumors, speculation, and online debate, the answer remains surprisingly simple yet endlessly intriguing. As of today, there is no official confirmation of an engagement between Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas. No public announcement, no joint appearance, no statement from representatives on either side. Everything circulating online remains alleged, speculative, and unverified. And that distinction is incredibly important. In a digital world driven by clicks, viral headlines, and instant reactions, facts often get buried beneath excitement. Separating reality from rumor is essential, especially when dealing with two of Hollywood's most closely watched figures. And yet, this story refuses to fade away. Why? Because both stars have chosen silence. There has been no denial to shut the rumors down, no clarification to redirect the narrative, just distance, privacy, and total control over their personal lives. In Hollywood, that kind of silence can speak louder than any statement. It creates space for imagination, theory, and endless discussion, and the public naturally fills in the gaps. For Tom Cruise, silence has always been part of his strategy. He understands the power of mystery and the value of keeping personal matters out of public debate. Ana de Armas has similarly become more guarded as her fame has grown, carefully choosing when and how much of her life to share. Together or apart, their approach fuels curiosity rather than calming it. What truly keeps this story alive, however, is emotional investment. Fans want to believe in love stories, especially ones that feel unexpected and cinematic. They want surprises that cut through the noise of predictable headlines. And perhaps most of all, they want to believe that even the biggest stars in the world can find something genuine away from flashing cameras and constant scrutiny. Whether this alleged engagement eventually proves to be true, exaggerated, or completely false, one thing is undeniable: people care. The conversation isn't just about rings or rumors, it's about hope, fascination, and the human desire for connection. Even among celebrities who seem untouchable, until clear answers emerge, the story remains unresolved. And sometimes it's that very mystery, the unanswered questions, the quiet pauses, the unknown that keeps the world watching, waiting, and talking.